Dear students, in our basic science class, we are discussing about water. Our planet Earth is known as blue planet. Why it is called so? Do you know? Because 2/3 of our Earth is covered with water. So we are discussing about the properties of water in the previous class. What are those properties of water? Let's revise the points. Okay. Water can dissolve substances. It enables us to make cool drinks, to use salt on cooking, to use dyes or color to our dresses. Okay. Water is a liquid so that it have a definite shape. Water can flow so that we can carry it through the pipes and use it for producing electricity. Water is seen in 3 states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. By using this property, water vapor is used for making puttu, idli, etc. Ice is used to store substance and used in industrial purposes. Then the next point, water can carry heat. This property is used in the cooking and sterilization processes. Then we discussed about the solute, solvent and solution. We understand what is a solute, solvent and solution, isn't it? Which substance is dissolved is called a solute. That is sugar in sugar solution, carbon dioxide in soda water, lime in lime juice, etc. are examples for solute. Okay. In the previous class, we understand different solutes, solvents and solutions. Did you notice that in most of the cases, water is the solvent? I know that you watched the basic science class in Victor's, isn't it? This experiment is performed in the Victor's class. I have posted the same along with this class. Do watch it. Okay. Let's take 3 solvents, that is water, coconut oil and kerosene. We have to test which solvent dissolves more substances. Okay, so we take a number of solutes such as sugar, salt, copper sulfate, jaggery, sugar candy and potassium permanganate. You have to dissolve every solute in each 3 solvents. Then note down your observations. Continue the experiment with other materials too. Okay. Let's have our first activity. Activity number 1. Complete the second table in page number 24 of our basic science textbook. It will be easy for you. Am I right? Most of the solutes dissolves in water. Am I right? So that water is called a universal solvent. This property of water helps us in many ways. Am I right? But there are substances also that will not dissolve in water. You know some of them. Try to remember it. Okay, now let's check it out. When the wall paint stick on your clothes, how will you clean it? Is water can dissolve paint? Or soap can dissolve paint? No, water cannot clean it. Why? Because paint will not dissolve in water. So what we use? Kerosene can clean the paint. Or vinegar can also dissolve paint. Do you familiar with the grease? Is it a water soluble substance? It's a lubricant. Grease is a lubricant. Is it water soluble? No, it will not dissolve in water. But it will dissolve in kerosene. And do you familiar with the tar? Which is a solvent that can dissolve these substances? Vinegar and kerosene are used to clean it from our clothes. So, these substances can dissolve in other solvents, but it will not dissolve in water. But most of the substance can dissolve in water. Water has the capacity to dissolve many more substances than other solvents can do. So let's have our activity number 2. Activity number 2, the first question is, what is the method for removing jackfruit latex or the jackfruit glue? The second question, find out the substance that are not soluble in water. Identify the solvents that can dissolve these solutes. So you have it to find out the solutes that are not soluble in water and to identify the solvents that can dissolve these solutes. Okay. Third question, water is termed as universal solvent. Why? So this is the activity number 2. We came to know that water can dissolve more substance than any other solvents. It will be much helpful to us in our daily life activities. So this is another property of water that we have to study is water is a universal solvent. Okay. Now let's think about another property of water. It's a rainy season. Did you observe the level of water in your wells? Is it high? Yes. The well in your home have much water in it. What is the condition of well during April-May months? Is it full of water? No. What will happen to the water level? What are the reasons behind it? Let's find it. So you should watch the 4th video that I am posted in this along this class. Okay. Let's do the experiment in that video. Take 2 identical plastic bottles. It is better there are no lines or curves. 2 plain round bottles are better. Okay. Put a hole near to the base of the 2 bottles. Then insert a small piece of pipe into the hole connecting the 2 bottles. You can use the tube of glucose bottles. Okay. Seal the opening left behind near to the hole after inserting the pipe with an adhesive or something like that. Seal it without leakage. That is the thing that we have to acquire. Okay. Our apparatus is ready to work. So everybody should make this apparatus. It's a simple with 2 plastic bottles. Everybody can collect it. Am I right? Now let's add water to fill 1 bottle. What's happening? The water from this bottle flows to the other bottle through this connecting pipe. When this flow of water will stops? Whenever the water level of the 2 bottles will be same, then the flow of water will stop. Isn't it? That means water maintains its level. This is another property of water. When we connect 2 or more bottles with dissimilar shapes, the result also the same. In rainy season, the water level in the soil is high. So the level of water in the wells equals to it. When the level of water in the soil lowers, the level of water in our well also lowers. There are other factors depend this process too. The sand mining in rivers affect the water level in our well. Do you know how it is happening? Let's watch a video regarding this. You should watch the video that I am sent along with this class. Okay. Let's go to our next activity, activity number 3. What are the adverse effects of sand mining in the river? After watching the video, you can answer this question. What are the adverse effects of sand mining in the rivers? So, now you are aware of the problems of sand mining from riverbeds, isn't it? It will destroy the rivers. Sand have the capacity to hold water. When this sand is carried away, the water directly flows to the sea and thus lower the water table under the soil. Okay. Do you ever or heard about the Plachimada agitation in Palakkad district? It is against Coca-Cola factory there. It's around 2000. It's in the year 2000. Coca-Cola started a factory at Plachimada in Perumatti Panchayat of Palakkad. It's a fertile land which turns to a barren land by the excessive water exploitation of Coca-Cola factory. The water level in the wells lowered drastically, which has resulted in drought. So let's have our fourth activity. Activity number 4. Collect details of Plachimada agitation against Coca-Cola factory and write a short note about this issue. Okay, water maintains its level is a property of water. Water is a universal solvent is another property of water. We use both of it in our life. Water maintains its level is applied in the mason pipe. It's a pipe, small pipe containing water in it. Did you see it in the working site of buildings or house construction? It is used to understand the level by applying this principle of water level. Okay, all of you try to perform these 2 experiments and post the photos in your class groups. Let's study together. Okay, this is enough for today. Rest in the next class. Okay.